Hey there, it's Marcus. In this screencast today I'm going to show you the features of animationPATTERNSpro. To get a clue of the basic usage of my scripts, I'd like to refer to a screencast I did before on just the basic version, so not the pro version. For that, just click the link underneath that video. Okay, now to the pro version. First of all, you might notice that there's a few more buttons on it, but the button layout for the basic usage is still the same. Okay, you see this button, create an update, has now 4 tiny little buttons on that. That's because you get now multiple pattern layers. You get 4 of them. That lets you group your eases better, and yeah, it just helps you organizing your project a bit better. The second thing you want to know about the pattern layers, in the old script you needed to have them in every comp you wanted to use animation patterns. Right now you just need them once in the project. For that, I'm just adding a composition, call them APP or however you want, and in that one I can create my pattern layers like this. Just 2 for now is good for me, and that's pretty much all I need to do now in that comp. Just one thing you need to know about the composition containing your animation pattern layers. Once you applied any pattern to any property in your project, you should not change the name of the composition containing your animation patterns layer. That's gonna disable already applied animation patterns. Okay, the basic changes I did are kind of like under the hood. First point is that you can now do curved motion paths on spatial properties. So to show you that, I'm creating a tiny little square, and as we're used to it, just animate it with a curved motion path now, like this. And we'll add a bit more like this, and that one like that. So we get a curved motion right now. If you select them and just give them a rubber in out, hit apply, you see that it is affected. It's not a linear movement between that and that keyframe. It's really following the path, but it's stopping at the middle keyframe. You might not want that, so therefore there are suppress keyframes. So when you select that keyframe and you want to suppress that one in your ease, just select suppress keyframe from the list, hit apply, and it sets that keyframe to rove across time, and it's going to suppress it when it's doing the pattern. So when you've done that, you can still select the first keyframe, probably choose a pattern now from my second pattern layer. I choose one of these blobs, hit apply, and there's another pattern on it. Sweet, following the path. Another cool thing is that you can now create animation patterns from pretty much every keyframe property you have in your project. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to show you. I'm going to make a motion sketch. So therefore, just another one. That doesn't matter. All right, I'm starting capture my motion. I might do, I don't know, like that. Looks stupid, but that's not the point right now. So I take my position, and for copying that into an animation pattern, you cannot do that with spatial properties. So therefore, I right-click it to separate dimensions and just take my X position. That is keyframe right here. I just copy those keyframes, go to my layer. So another thing, if you're on CS6 or higher and you might don't know where your animation patterns composition was, I just hold down Control and click the button, and it's gonna reveal in your project. So right now, taking that linear slider, again, swap it down here, take it, name it motion sketch, and all I need to do is I'm deleting the keyframes that have been already there and just pasting my motion sketch keyframes. So when you look at that, this is the pattern I just created, and yeah, we can use it right now. So yeah, I can delete it, don't need it anymore, and we can now use that on our motion. So therefore, again, select first keyframe, update my layer, take motion sketch from it, hit apply. We got the motion we just created. This comes very handy when you want to create some like natural looking eases and like very unique stuff. And yeah, you might say, okay, then I can just motion sketch my whole movement, but of course you could do so, but now you're able to use it on maybe another layer, or maybe like here on a different property. I'm gonna scale it a bit like that. I always get motion sketch, hit apply, and there we go. Okay, since JavaScript is a bit slow in After Effects, some people had issues with the performance when using animation patterns, and therefore I've made those tiny little buttons, and as you see, bake and unbake, pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to show you. If you go to the position, of course you could bake it with like right click, assistant, convert expression to keyframes, but then you would have no possibility to come back with the 3 keyframes that are here. So therefore, just select the properties you want to bake, hit bake, and it's going to do this for you. There we go. Nice bake motion. This is going to speed up your renderings enormously, really. And yeah, since you did that, you got the possibility to hit unbake and come back to the keyframes you had before. So yeah, you can do changes, select your property again, bake it, and there we go. When properties are baked like that, you can also close the project, close After Effects, close whatever you want, shut down your computer, boot it again, open After Effects, open the project, and you can still unbake these properties. Okay, now I'm gonna show you the settings dialog, which you can find underneath that button right here. First thing I'm gonna talk through is saving animation patterns. This is pretty easy now because we created the motion sketch animation pattern, and we want to use it in different projects. So we want to save that pattern, and I can save every layer that we created. So it is on layer 1, and click that button. It tells me layer animation pattern 1, save, hit OK, and now every time when I create that layer in any project, it's gonna have all the patterns that it had when saving it. So that means we can close the project, don't want to save that, and do another one called app again. I click that button, a layer gets created, and as you notice, there's motion sketch in it. So right down here, motion sketch is saved. Now, because of the first animation patterns layer is kind of like the default effects, therefore I got that tiny reset button, and if you hit that, of course, animation patterns layer is reset. So if I delete it, do it again, motion sketch is not there. Okay, that's saving animation patterns. Next thing is a checkbox that's pretty simple. Suppress animation patterns layer created dialog. So if you uncheck that and create a new layer, I'm going to show you, it will tell you, oh, it was created, and it tells you where it was created. Yeah, but you don't really need it, so I always check it. Second one, sorry. Set suppress keyframes to rove across time. Kind of self-explanatory. If you have curved motion paths and you set one keyframe in between to suppress keyframe, it will automatically set it to rove across time, because this is needed that the pattern is done clean. So you can uncheck that, but the pattern will look a bit awkward. Third one, use linear spatial interpolation expressions. If you check that, you're not able to handle curved motion paths. So it's only useful if you these accidental loops that appear when you keyframing. Just if you don't need to worry about that, you can check that. Fourth thing is use AE baking. If you check that and you hit bake, it will use After Effects baking. So I'm gonna show you that quickly. Do one thing. Want to use probably blob like this. Select my property, hit bake, and it used the After Effects baking method. A good thing about it, it's faster than the baking animation pattern does. The bad thing is it bakes just the whole way through. It doesn't matter if there's no movement in it. So right here, nothing happens, but it's baking it all. You might want that, you might not. Therefore, that checkbox is there. You can also, of course, unbake it. That was pretty much all about new features. Hope you guys like it and have a nice day.